Hi friends, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. From which country, from which region? Hope you are doing great, wonderful, and enjoying your life. This is your friend Dr. Sanjay Kumar. I welcome you all once again in another amazing episode of Coffee with Doctor regarding the awareness. Today we will talk on a very amazing and very important topic that is suicide. As we all know that suicide is a leading cause of the world death that is between the age that is 15 to 32, that is very young age, and it's really a upsetting thing for all of us. That's why today I have a very wonderful life coach. She is Pakistan born, currently living in Dubai. More than ever, I have met this wonderful person. She is the most optimistic and most humblest person I have ever met. So let's welcome her. Welcome, ma'am. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjay, for the warm welcome.
Viewers, as you all know that she is none other than Daphne Source. She is a wonderful human being. I don't want to take too much time in introduction and so on because you are already known. She is the coming second time as an interviewer guest to our show. So let's move to her. That ma'am, what are the reason suicide cases has been increased day by day? First thing is that what is suicide and why suicide cases has been increased day by day.
Lovely, a very good question and a very serious topic for the audience. First of all, I would like to say that mostly people take suicide only as physical death, but suicide comes in different forms. One is mental, psychological, and then physical death. And this is caused through different circumstances a person goes through. And as we all know, especially the ages that you have mentioned, starting from 15 years, that is the age when the child is passing through puberty. A lot of changes are taking place physically and mentally in the girl and the boy, right? So they need maximum support to fit in that crowd, given that confidence, that identity, and to know that they are loved and supported. They also get a lot of competition with peers, and this can lead to a lot of different issues that come up. And it's very important that we manage everything right in a proper way, that we handle these youngsters so that they can be confident young adults.
That's really amazing, ma'am. Definitely source for such a nice things and nice valuable points and I you shared regarding that why suicide happens and the causes of suicide. You shared that between this age ratio 15 to 32 years there is puberty changes happens in boys and girls. That's why due to changes some people can cope it, some people cannot cope it because of their personality traits and so on. That's why
Mm.
they indulge in depression and some other things and they commit the suicide and so on. Thank you so much, ma'am. We have another wonderful guest. He is the man who influenced many. He is the original influencer. He is the king of influencer, the celebrity guru, Dr. PP. Welcome, Dr. PP, to this another wonderful awareness session regarding health issue. Today, our topic is suicide. So, welcome, Gurudev.
Hello, Amen. Amin. Namaste. I'm the celebrity guru, Dr. PPP, two times Canadian, four times number one international bestseller, Guinness World Record, the award winning author, the marathon man who ran 12 marathons by God's grace, Alhamdulillah, your blessings. And with the Himalayas Guru climbing 3 hours the Himalayas by God's grace and your blessings. And I'm honored, privileged, humble, blessed, and super excited to have myself with the influencer founder, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, as well as Madam Source, who is soaring through the sky in the universe. So I'm humbled, honored, and such a close to my heart topic. I'm the suicide survivor, and during my late teenagers during my medical college. I went not to think to suicide, but I went to act the suicide thought which I came in my mind, and I went over there. So that's a huge whole story up there. Yeah,
Gurudev, I have a wonderful question for you.
please.
These days, suicide cases has been increased. Who is the responsible for this? Especially in young kid from 15 to 32 age.
Great
Yes.
question. Jack Canfield, the Chicken Soup for the Soul founder, as well as the Secret Movie star, Jack Canfield wrote several books. One of that his book is called Success Principles, The Success Principles. So he wrote 67 success principles. Out of the 67 principles, success principles, very first principle, it says take 100% responsibility. So I did act to suicide, then I'm 100% responsible. If I say like government is responsible, or my parents are responsible, or my teacher is responsible, or X, Y, Z is responsible, that means you're not taking 100% responsibility. You are escaping, right? You know what I mean? So first of all, take 100% responsibility. In vending machine, if let's say Coke is or whatever your favorite drink is for $1, if you put 99 cents, are you going to get the Coke or your favorite drinks? No, right? But when you put 100 cents or $1, boom, you'll get your favorite drinks. Right. So same thing in vending machine is not giving you your favorite drink till you put the exact amount, right? So then this is about life, right? Our life we are talking about. So take 100% responsibility in relationship with anybody, with your spouse or XYZ or with teacher or father or anybody, 100% responsibility, not 50-50. Like marriage, not a 50-50 business. Any relationship is like 100 relationship. You do your 100%, you put your 100%, and then leave it to God, Allah, Jesus, whatever the faith you believe, without expecting like, the other person is going to putting his or 100% or no. You do your work, because in the Holy Gita also said, like, कर्मण एव अधिकार ते माँ फलेषु कदाचन. योर you कर्म करने में ही तेरा अधिकार है, आपका अधिकार. Do your duties and leave it up to me, and then I'll take care of that, the results. But definitely, if you are planting mangoes, of course you're going to get mangoes. But if you're planting bubble tree, don't expect mangoes. So that's first thing, right? Now, second thing, yes, there are events happens in the life, and then people decide to do suicide, right? But again, Jack Canfield gave a beautiful statement called E plus R is equal to O. E means events, O means outcome. Whatever the events in a day, lots of events come in your life, everybody's life. And according to events, you're going to get the outcome. But R is very important. Are you reacting or responding? Rather than reacting, if you respond, then outcome will be beautiful, better than reacting. Like thermostat, are you the thermostat or thermometer? If in boiling water, if you put thermometer, shoots up to 100. If you put that same thermometer to the freeze, it's going down to 0. So thermometer is like up and down, it's like yo, right? But thermostat, like, I'm living in North America, Canada, so we have thermostat at our home, right? So what happened is, like, when I put like my own, my landlord put that thermostat at like, let's say 20 degrees, even though outside, let's say 40 degrees or whatever, during summertime, still, like it's balanced to the 20 degrees. Or outside, let's say during winter times, like minus 40, still it's, balanced back to the 20 degrees, right? So let's become the thermostat rather than thermometer, because thermostat is not reacting, it's responding. Thermometer is reacting rather than responding. So that's the thing, right? Of course, the situation comes, maybe exam pressure or marriage pressure or, peer pressure or emotional blackmail from parents or X, Y, Z, whatever is, event, right? But it's up to me to respond my event. It's up to you to respond your event. It's up to the people who are watching this to respond to their event, right? So, yes.
That's really amazing, Gurudev. You shared that who is the responsible. You shared that everyone take his or her own responsibility for what he or she do for his own deeds. And you also shared that EO and double R require that events output and responding and a very reactive. And you also named well known author and his books and so on. You also give a reference from a quotation, a shaloka from Bhagavad Gita, and so on. And thank you so much. In the whole, you are saying that you give the thing that I highlighted, that what I understand, that we are responsible for our own mistake, for our own deeds. That's really amazing, Gurudev. I am going Miss Daphne source for this same question, ma'am, that who are the responsible for the kids or young adults who are who are committing the suicide, the age range between 15 to 32. Why I am again and again forcing this range, because this range is actually a second most leading cause of death worldwide after heart disease. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, I must say a very good sharing by our Guruji. Thank you so much. Amazing points, what you've highlighted. I'll just a bit add to it because for the age group that you are putting on, yes, children nowadays mentally develop a lot with social media and stuff like that. But I would like to highlight on the younger adults, right? Like earlier I mentioned, one is the changes psychologically and physically because of puberty that takes place. Besides this, it is the lack of acceptance and support from their peers, their family, and society. We do not accept them, we do not support them, and we do not encourage them. From early days, we hear parents many times comparing children with their brothers and sisters, okay? By saying, oh, you are not as smart as your sibling, or look, you are so fat, how much are you eating? You look at your sibling, they are so thin, so smart, look at their hairstyle, everything. The comparison is always starting, right? Now, even we look at our ages, we are all of different ages, right? But even we want acceptance. They are youngsters, and not all fingers are equal. Maybe yes, one child in the school also. Can everyone come first? No, they cannot, because somebody has to come first, somebody has to be last, right? So that's the way the results work. If everyone comes first, then what's the competition in it, right? It adds little spice to life. But we do look down on children, we do not try to find out what is stopping them. Then we do not in families and have time for our children in today's world, where both parents are working, because I know things have become expensive and they have to provide for the wants more than the needs of the children. And they think by giving certain devices or games and different entertainments, that is something very great they're doing by getting off their parental responsibilities. I gave you the best mobile, I gave you this or that. Now, first, if you listen to your child, hear them out, let them speak and try to understand, and then explain to them that, look, this is our situation. Maybe you cannot afford a mobile for your child, or an expensive, maybe an iPhone. Why can't you sit down, listen to your child, empathize with them, that yes, we understand, and look, you will get in your time, and this is the situation, and it's not needed. You can do the very same thing with another mobile. When you listen to somebody and you empathize with them and you explain to them, they feel that love and that warmth. When that comes, the chemicals in their brain improves to acceptance. Otherwise, they go under depression, and rejection results in depression. Depression results in the drop of serotonin and dopamine in the brain. And once that is dropped in the brain, it leads you to a desire to end life. So we have to take very great care that the chemicals in the brain. After that, taking the person to psychiatrist, psychologist, and saying give them controlled medicines and all, it's going to create further harm. How much love, how much warmth, how much time have you given? And even society. You see nowadays how much is people are arguing on racism, colors, degrees, competitions. Like I said, if it's all in different progress, right? Now, if our celebrity guru is doing a certain kind of a thing, and I'm a coach, if everybody was coaches and all were celebrity gurus, who would be our audience right now? We all need that audience. We need each other. Even Dr. Sanjay, you're doing an amazing thing, but all cannot be Dr. Sanjay at the end of the day. So that's what I like to share. Thank you.
That's really amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing a beautiful points that why depression, why people commit the depression, especially the young age group. You shared that there is a change in physiological, psychological, and changes. Also, lack of acceptance by family, social support from surroundings, comparison from the family members between the siblings, and so on. And there is also you shared that the mental disorder you highlighted the depression because of decreased concentration of serotonin and so on. So I am adding few more things here that people who become addicted to substance at very early age, they in a later stage they are may commit suicide. People who saw poverty and who saw conflict in their family members at very young age, in later stage they may reason commit suicide, cause of suicide. People who saw poverty, who saw a lot of difficulties in Urdu or in Hindi, we would say the एहसास कमतरी जिन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा देखी है, in later stage they saw that they may commit the suicide and so on. People who are chronic alcoholism, drug addicted. So in later stage, alcoholism, someone who start alcoholism within a year, he become the patient of depression. The alcoholism with the depression itself a risk factor for the suicide and so on. So here the few things which I added with Madam Daphne Source, she already added a valuable points in our today discussions. Now I am making this discussion more productive by, as I know Dr. Celebrity Guru and Madam Daphne both are associated with a very wonderful psychology. They understand the human psychology and so on. That's why I am adding this question that Dr. Parvin Bhai, who
And
are at the risk of the suicide,
who
who
are at
are
risk?
at risk of committing the suicide.
A great question. So one, first of all, who didn't find our roots, our creator of the creators, God, Allah, Jesus, Rama, Buddha, Jina, whatever the faith you believe. That's first one. Who didn't find out himself? Who is this, Um, who didn't find his mission, passion, purpose, and vision in this planet Earth, on this planet Earth, right? Because God sent everybody with a specific purpose, mission, passion, and vision, right? Now it's up to us, to discover that one, to uncover that one. And that's why I always say, like, when you came in the womb uterus of your own mom, there were 700 million sperm were ready to fertilize the egg ovum of your own mom. And out of 700 millions, you came as the celebrity. You are the celebrity, right? And then you became of one cell, two cell, four cells, and so forth. Now look at you. You are the powerhouse of multi-trillion cells. Yes, you are the celebrity. Find out yourself. Your life is so valuable. Whatever the event came in your life, and you became so emotional and dwell into your that event, and one negative thought after another one, another, and then you created whole ocean of negativity, like, oh, you thought like, okay, my situation is the worst one, nobody else faced this one, man, and that's it. I don't see the light end of the tunnel, and let's giving my life away, that's the only option. But let's say Sushant Singh Rajput, he left 1 year ago, right? You know what I mean? Look at his parents going through, like, look at the whole his fans going through, like, from all over the world, and still, like, nobody knew, like, what was the cause, right? So right, yeah, but see, like, so at least he made us thinking about that one, what I mean, like why people has to go for that level, what I mean, like extreme level. I don't know, like, it's a suicide or homicide, or that's a different story, but like, yeah, for me, a friend of my room partner during my medical college, I was maybe late teenager, so 18 or something, 18, 19 or 20, and he just used the one simple bad word, simple bad word, not even F word, even like very mild than F word. And I became so emotional. I said, like, oh my God, this. And I was living in a hostel. He was living in a hostel too. He was living in room number 31. I was living in room number 32. We have a common room for the washroom and bathroom and washroom and everything. And I was treating him. He was junior. He was my junior. I treated him like a brother. And out of the blue, one day he said like that to bad word, and I became so emotional. Oh my God, like, I'm treating him like a brother. And oh my God, what happened? Like, I mean, end of the end of like my life. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there is no meaning now to live, man. You know, like I became so emotional. I get ready. I decided, okay, how to end my life. I said, man, I'm going to jump up. I don't wanna alive, so I'm going to find out that way. Then I found out, okay, I'm going to jump through the vehicle. So I got ready from my room number 32. I passed by room number 31 where my brother, my friend was living, you know, who told me bad word. And he said, Praveen bhai, kya jao show? Means, where are you going, my brother Praveen? That what his words, right? You know, but I was so into my zone of that negativity or, you know, to end of my life. I didn't even answer him. And from sixth floor, I just went to right by the road, you know, by my hostel. There is a road, beautiful road, you know. So I went there and I said, now, okay, vehicle, that option is chosen. Now, which vehicle I'm going to go under? You know what I mean? So I said, man, if I go under maybe car, I might survive. Under scooter, I might survive. I'm going to go under the truck. So I saw the truck is coming. I'm ready. No fear, nothing, no worries. You know, I didn't even thought about like my what my parents are going to through, you know, go through. You know what I mean? You know, or my friends or nothing. I became selfish. Let's put it that way. I became so dwell into that thought process of negativity. So I saw the truck. I saw the truck wheel myself, like not even a couple of meters distance, you know, and no fear, nothing. You know what I mean? But I don't know what happened at that moment. God took me over under His wings. Truck went by. I went to the temple close by. I always used to go, like, you know, during evening time. I went there. You know, did yoga till the temple closes. You know what I mean? And everything was settled down. You know, so yeah. So that's my suicide survival story. But see, how many people are fortunate enough to share that suicide story? You know what I mean, right? You know, because you never know. You never know. Like, you know, so talk to the people, have friends. If you have like at least four friends, so you know what I mean. So you can share your yourself like the open book. You know, you can share yourself everything and each and everything, right? You know what I mean? Because at least janaje ke liye bhi you need at least four people, you know what I mean? So in your life, have at least four people. So you know what I mean? You don't have to go through before the time, you know, janaje pe जाने की जरूरत ना पड़े आपको. And yeah, any situation, time is the best healing. You know what I mean? Give some time, yeah, some time, give some time. Of course, pray. You know what I mean? Talk to your close friend, best friend. Ask for help, professional help. You know, psychologist, psychology help, psychological help, and watch some nice positive, you know, mental attitude videos, which can, you know, move your mental situation from wherever you are to bring wherever you would love to, right? And whatever situation you've gone through, people are going worse than that one. If you share, let's say, Dr. Sanjay or Ma'am Source, if you share your challenges, you know, and let's say exchange our challenges, you say, my God, you know what I mean? Dr. PPP, keep your challenge with you. I'm happy with my challenges. Dr. Sanjay also going to say same thing. Dr. PPP, I'm happy with my challenges. Keep your challenges with yourself, you know. So yeah, because but God cannot give more than what you can handle. You know what I mean? So God knew we are God kids, right? You know, Allah's kids or Jesus kids. So he knew. बाप जानता है कि बेटा और बेटी कितना सहन कर सकता है. He cannot give more than that one. You know, कभी भी नहीं. ठीक है ना? So yeah, whatever situation trouble comes, to expand ourselves, you know what I mean, to learn from that one. So to share your stories, you know, so somebody else doesn't have to go through and they can learn from your mistakes, you know, and like that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gurudev. You shared your suicide story with smiling face. I know that how much pain behind this smiling face. It's always painful and hurting when we shared our story with a smile, but what running behind, it's always very emotional. So I understand, I feel you. Thank you, and I must appreciate your courage. The way with smile you shared your this part of story of your life when you commit suicide and you did all things. But today we are lucky that you survived. Today you are with us and you are inspiring many people. That's really God wanted more from you. God wanted, Bhagwan wanted you. That more people inspired from you, learn from you. That's why you are with us today. So I understand and I feel you, Gurudev. Ma'am, definitely source. After Gurudev's story, I don't want to we become more emotional. That's why I want solution of this problem. That how we prevent, how we decrease the number of suicide, what we are as an individual perform our role to decrease the number of suicide cases.
Okay, I would rather, first of all, thanks, Guruji, for sharing really to the point. You nailed it exactly. And really, I must, hats off to you for, sharing your vulnerability. People need to hear real stories, because we can lecture a lot, but when you've gone through it, you would really understand what that person is. So really hats off to you, and I appreciate your sharing with our young crowd. Now, adding to this, I would say the problem that happens, Guruji very well said, call it Bhagwan, God, Allah, whoever you want to call, they are all, it's the same thing, right? There's no difference in anything. It's just our faiths that have given different names to the one above. And I would say, yes, faith does see you a long way and definitely does help. And he had further plans for the person. The problem is this, that normally in our society, when the child is small, they will say, Karne do, bacha hai, khelne do, right? This is a common thing. When the child becomes bigger, they will say, no, 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 you have to learn to behave yourself, you have to do this, or you have to pray and everything. First, everything starts with the home. That's your first school, your first madrasa, your first temple, your church, your mosque. After that, all these religious places and everything comes. What is the home teaching you? And not only teaching you, most parents I've noticed, they teach very well, but children are looking by what they see. You can't tell them, oh, beta, pray, Bhagwan will bless you, and father and mother is doing Nach Gana. So the child is in today's world is going to question you that daddy, mummy, what is this? This is only like, just doing a dance like namaste to somebody. There's a much more to that namaste that they say that God bless you. It goes further, right? But people are losing that point. And at that age, when there's already so much changes taking in the child's, self, and then you come up with your domination. Like when I joined you, Dr. Sanjay, if you never gave me the love and warmth, and one day you tell me, oh, you're not supposed to do this, or I love you, I care for you, I'll say, you never looked at my face. Who the heck are you? You never even gave me one time to say good or put an emoji or ask, are you alive or are you dead? Right? And that's what's happening. Parents are busy making money. And then when the child is growing big, they want all the disciplines. And then the Allah, God, Bhagwan, everybody comes in place. You cannot instill these values at such an old age. It's too late. It has to start from day one. You see how cute it is when you see 1 or 2 years children. They are sometimes praying in the malls, or they will do like these little hands in the mandir. It's so cute. You just don't want to stop that moment. You want to go and grab that child, and say, you're so cute. It's so adorable to see them. So why not teach and instill these values in the child from their baby's days? Because definitely faith is something that is one kind of a walking stick for somebody to continue. When you've broken your leg, what is your hope? Clutches and walking sticks, right? You continue. So you have to give those equipment to the people, children, so that they have it in their toolbox. The same going to the older grades. Okay, that means when your time for marriage about 22, 25, because your range of suicide is going from 15 to 35, Dr. Sanjay, you said. What happens when this non-acceptance has already started? It goes further into life, because you don't get a proper job. Your father wants you to become a doctor, yeah, a lawyer, an engineer, some celebrity. You can't become that, and the expectations are too much from the families and the demands from the extended families, that the child has to become this. If the child is not doing something, like I would say, why, Guruji, why haven't you become a doctor? But then again, we all cannot be doctors, we all cannot be coaches, right? We all have to have some talent in. That's what the world is made of. Like last week you were talking about cultural diversity. Again, a mixture of all the blend. You can't have only salt in your food. You will get high blood pressure. You need the chili, the little onions, the tomatoes, and all the flavors. So we add the beautiful flavors. Now, even our young adults, when they go for jobs and for marriages, don't force the marriage, first of all, parents, on the children. Try to understand them, because suddenly you say, no, you must marry this person because you've got good money, it's a good family. Maybe the person doesn't like it. Like right now, for some reason, if Guruji or even Dr. Sanjay says, okay, we don't like you, maybe for some reason, maybe my hairstyle, my talking, or anything, it is fine. Why should it not be? They have freedom of speech to say that. But then when it's come from the family, if my family rejected me, it would be like death. It's again your past history. You have to go to these defining moments which we coaches work on. What is the blockages causing you? What is the driving force? And many times it is all past thing. The teacher has said, you are nalaik, you are a gada, तू क्या पढ़ेगा, आपका तो बाप तो पता है सफाई वाला है. Or you are, yeah, your father is a singer, a dancer, a carpenter. If they were, what's the problem in being a singer, a dancer, or a carpenter? They were not a murderer or a robber, right? So it's perfectly okay. We need to really instill this in the adults, young adults, as they're growing from their childhood. You are important, you are loved, you are unique. All fingers are not equal. सारी उंगलियां बराबर नहीं है. अभी भी मैंने गुरुजी का हाथ देखा है. गुरुजी की पता नहीं उंगली एक लंबी है, एक छोटी है, एक मोटा है, एक छोटा है. What is this, Guruji? So should I say that you don't have a very, ये क्या है? Really, I don't like your thumb is so short, so fat, your small finger. I don't know, I don't really like it. But still you love your hand, am I right?
Of
You
course.
love your
Right.
hand. You love it. So this the same thing goes, that it makes you a beautiful hand. And right now we three are all different. Male, female, fat, chota, young, old, and we made a beautiful session. So accept people, please start it. And the world, each one who's hearing this, I would say, open your hearts to another person. Smile, give a smile, and bless them each day. Even in the corridor, in your lift, say thank you, have a nice day, you're beautiful. And don't get it wrong, please. People have got this limited mindset. If a man tells a girl beautiful, तो भाई वो तो मेरे पीछे पड़ गया, इश्क का स्टोरी शुरू हो गया, या कोई बदतमीजी का स्टाइल है. It's not that. It's not always. When you say, if I'm telling Guruji right now, you are handsome, or Dr. Sanjay, you are handsome, am I falling in love with you? Am I marrying you tomorrow? No, I am not. This is not a romantic story. It's just that you are, come on, you are handsome. What's wrong in me saying that you all are handsome and you all are talented? So guys, please take this thing, limiting beliefs, out of your head. But not because a boy says you're beautiful, ishq ho gaya. उल्टा इस साल पता चला कल मेरी शादी हो रही है डॉक्टर संजय के साथ, ये गुरु के साथ. ऐसा नहीं है. We all have our own families, but respect and love every human being. The society can do it. Support the parents in this and help people to love life to the maximum. Thank
That's
you.
really amazing. Very wonderfully. You shared that we can decrease the number of suicide by expect less, expecting more. That's really amazing. And you said
Thank
that
you.
we have to get out from our limited belief. We have to become open minded, understand the situation, be more
Right.
empathetic, try to understand
Exactly.
things from other points of view. That's really amazing. And give a smile to others. That's really amazing, ma'am. I am adding one point here because I want to share being part of health provision that whenever viewers, whenever we see someone who is talking hopelessly, who is talking things like life is nothing for him, please try to listen him. Don't make a joke of him. Instead of making joke of him, once you make joke of him, he never tried to share his feelings in front of anyone, and this is the biggest reason he commits suicide later stage of life. Am I audible?
Dr. Sanjay, some technical difficulties happening, so your voice is breaking, Dr. Sanjay.
Okay, okay.
I can hear it properly. So maybe, between, maybe yours end is having a problem. Otherwise, there's no breaking from my end. I'm good enough with Dr. Sanjay.
Okay.
You
So
can
viewers,
carry on, Dr.
please,
Sanjay.
please, whenever someone is talking in front of you hopelessly, please try to listen him carefully.
Now it's better,
So
yeah.
he may not commit suicide. You may not responsible for the murder of someone, because if you are not listening that person at that time, on the later stage of life, if he or she may commit suicide, you are the responsible for his suicide. You are the
Exactly.
murderer. So this is a humble request to each and everyone who's are listening me right now live, and who will listen after this recorded. Please, someone who is talking with you, please be empathetic and try to listen him properly, and then suggest him go and visit some help from the medical health specialists, the psychiatrists, and so on. Thank you very much. Now, as I have already taken too much time of two most wonderful, amazing,
Not
and
at all.
most inspiring guests, so I have request to both of them. Please conclude one by one up to the topic. Start with celebrity group.
Suicide is not the solution of any situation. Yes. And of course, the person who's going through that one, listen to that person. As Dr. Sanjay said, like, yeah, absolutely. Give them the listening or, hearing ears, right? Give them the shoulder so he or she can cry on their shoulder, right? And of course, recommend to the professionals, right? And call 911 or whatever the professional. I know in your area, there must be suicide helpline too, right? Almost in Canada, we do have, in Ontario, my province, we do have, right? So, yes. And yeah, every situation has the solutions, right? And God cannot give you more than you can handle, right? So, yes. And your time, of course, Dr. Sanjay is available, Madam Source is available, myself is available. Just, yeah, 24/7 I'm available. So give a call, phone call, and that's it. You know what I mean? And share it. I'm really always ready to, hear from you and learn from you, right? And again, I'm humbled, honored, blessed, privileged, and super excited to have myself with Dr. Sanjay, the influencer, of course, Madam Source, again, amazing, my soul sister, and beautifully, I know, beautifully said, beautifully mentioned, and beautifully shared the stories. Believe in your wildest dreams. Don't let anybody steal your dreams. Just do it now. If Trump can win, so can you. If Trump can lose, so can you. You're the celebrity day, you're the celebrity life. You are the celebrity. Send lots of hearts or like and share it, because you are carrying this message. Somebody, somewhere is waiting for so desperately. So please do share it for that person's sake, for your sake, and for making this world beautiful sake. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Gurudev, for joining us, sharing your ideas, sharing your story. I know it's painful, but you shared and encouraging the people, and you shared a lot of beautiful thing and added valuable information this about this most sensitive and most serious topic. So thank you so much, Gurudev. Now I request Madam Daphne Source, as you already shared a lot of things, but I want finally conclude the today topic. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Amazing sharings. Just remember, do not let anyone take your sparkle away, be it your parents, your loved ones, your partners, or anyone. You are unique and you are special. I do also further like to highlight on Dr. Sanjay's saying to look for early signs of suicidal. Not everyone will say that I am fed up of life or I want to end my life. Okay. Because when somebody wants to commit suicide, many times it happens, they don't want you to stop them. So they will be very hushed up, right? You will see mostly many times, especially children, retrieving like a turtle goes into the shell. They start retrieving from public life or associating with you. So if you find in your friend circle, peer circle, or society, your neighborhood, or in your family, somebody is retrieving slowly and moving back, not wanting to socialize, not talking or anything, you need to take great care of that person. Now, not every place gives you support, as Dr. Celebrity Guru shared. Some places, make it a big issue that it's a psychiatric treatment and blah blah blah. Yes, it is. And when somebody, your friend, knows that you've seen a psychologist or psychiatrist, they think that you are kinky in your head. You're gone mad. Yes, it is a head issue, but the person is not mental or crack at all. So don't get me wrong. Going to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, right? So give this person support, show your empathy, and please do not push that person, or even your presence. If the person doesn't want to talk, you just sitting with that person and assuring them that I am there, call me whenever you need, will definitely give that person so much warmth and security. Another thing I would like to caution you all, when these youngsters stop sharing and they retrieve into their shell like a turtle, sadly, these devices are the worst thing of social media. Children go to their devices and they start texting people. It's heartbreaking to say that as much as there are good people in this world, there are bad people, and it doesn't come from known people. There are many in this world who do not know you from Adams, and God knows why they have that jealousy or that hatred, but they are the ones who trigger your children to take their lives. Okay, if you all remember, some time back there was a game, an app that had come on the mobile. Okay, you had to do 14 50 tasks. 49 was continuously the game. All children joined it. It was internationally, and maybe Guruji will remember abroad and all. It was banned after that. I think it was called the Blue Whale app, right? And that children were playing games repeatedly, more and more tasks. Do this, do this, do this, do this till 49. At 50, it would be end your life, and nobody knew it. It would happen on the app. Slowly, 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 they would make you to even draw the fish on your hand with a blade and your blood. Okay, so no one knew this, but this was happening tremendously just a few days back, few years back. So please be aware, and you cannot parental control. Please, apps, mobiles have this parental control, but let me tell you, children are too smart for you. They know how to break your parental lock and everything, and you can go to hell. But by being with the person, if they talk good and starting from childhood, from day one, to give your child that time. For who are you working? All parents will say, I'm working for my child, right? But your child doesn't only need your money and education, they need most of all is your warmth, your love, and your want. When you don't want them in the house, you let them to go play out. They associate with outsiders, outsiders who are like hungry lions waiting to grab your child, and that's the end. So, caution to everyone, please, please do not take this thing lightly. As Dr. Sanjay said, so any signs that you see the person is not normally themselves, be on your guard, but don't over push, because sometimes when you over push, you can lead them to challenging and defying you and doing the wrong step. And before you go to police or you go to anybody, think twice. And the best thing we have is our God above. Pray for the person in this heart, in your heart. You don't have to tell the person, oh, you're going to kill him. I'm going to call. Okay, let's say a prayer. Bhagwan, isko bacha le. Ye ho raha hai, wo ho raha hai. Allah, isko kuch karo. No, no, no. Because that person is a victim. And doctor, I'm sure Celebrity Guru would relate what I'm saying. At that time, you don't want anybody to stop you. You have your vision. You
Yeah.
want to go ahead and end your life. So handle it with care, please. And definitely, like our Guru said, that we three are definitely here for you to give your warmth. Please reach out for help. You're not alone in this. Thank you.
That's really amazing. Very well conclude the whole topic and shared added few wonderful points. The early signs of the someone who is about to commit suicide, and it's very important not for the someone who is from the family members, but someone who are practicing as a general practitioner. They are very important. They at least diagnose the depression correctly and at the very initial stage, because depression is the most leading cause of the suicide. That's why the symptom, as madam already shared, that someone who is walking slowly, who are making himself isolated from the world, not liking in taking interest in any activities as he is taking previously. Someone who is party lover in previous. Now he don't want to interact with even with the people, with a guest who come to his home. He want to live alone in his room, and all of this sudden changes look like that this person is not more anymore normal. This person actually needs a medical support or help, the family supports and so on. So it's that's a really amazing and valuable points added by Madam Daphne Source by two wonderful guests who is always inspiring. And the thing that it's not the people who commit suicide he himself is the responsible, but we as a parents are the responsible. We as a family members are the responsible. We our relatives are responsible for, because we do always comparison. We as the people of the surroundings, of neighboring, of the society, we all are responsible. When one man has committed the suicide, we all are the responsible. So we all have to work together on all these signs which are for depression, the early signs which are we have discussed. If we have sees a little bit abnormality in someone behavior, we have to empathize them and counsel him or suggest him to for a good medical visit, a psychiatrist or psychologist and so on. So by this way we can survive to help someone life. So this is all from my side. I hope we all three of us shared more valuable information, because why I have taken chosen these two wonderful guests for this wonderful topic, because I know they shared most valuable and very experienced points and very informative knowledge, very productive knowledge regarding this very sensitive and most serious topic. And I'm very much grateful again to wonderful and very inspiring guests for all this wonderful session, wonderful talk. Thank you so much. This is all for today. So stay happy, stay blessed, and whatever the point which we share today, please look after and save someone life. Bye bye everyone.
Lovely. Bye.